Yo, what's up guys, I'm the Fire King, and today I have our PWC Season 6 Week Number 8 matchup. And we're going up against a good buddy of mine, Storm. He is coach of the San Diego S.Sneasels. And before I get into anything, the quick shoutouts, like always, big shout out to my good buddy, the OP Jellison and Bill Stanish, who's been doing my thumbnails for me. I will leave their links down below. Make sure to go check them out. Super cool guys. And back into the matchup. Me and Storm are in the same division. I come into this matchup in third place in my division with a 3-4 record and a plus 3 differential, while Storm comes into this matchup fourth place in our division with a 3-4 record and a -3 differential. So we gotta pick up a W here because it's very important. And before I get into the matchup, quick breakdown of my team. I got an Expert Belt Special Attacking M.Victinis with like Blue Flare, Thunderbolt, Psychic, and U-Turn just for momentum there. Thunderous holding the expert belt also with Thunderbolt, Psychic, Volt Switch, Hidden Power Ice. Mega Latios with Dragon Pulse, T-Bolt, Psychic, and Recover. Specially defensive Vaporeon holding the leftovers with Skull, Toxic, Wish, and Protect. Specially defensive Registeel also holding the leftovers with Seismic Toss, Toxic, T-Wave, and Stealth Rocks. Gligar holding the Violite, physically defensive, with Acrobatics, EQ, Knockoff, and Earthquake. Or, I think I said Earthquake. What was it? Earthquake, Acrobatics, Roost, and Knockoff. And Storm brought his Heracross, his Ditto, Exploud, Terrakion, Manaphy, and Gourgeist. I predicted him to lead off with the Exploud, so I'm just going to lead off with my Vaporeon. And I got the lead right. And here he goes for a Boo Burst. Does 47% to me. Does a good amount. I'm just going to go for a Scold. Does 30% to him plus the burn. And here I'm just going to click Protect. That way I could get leftover recoveries and he could get a little bit of more burn damage. But here he switches out to the Gourgeist on my Protect. And like I said, I'm going to click Protect again just so I could get more leftover recoveries. And go for a Protect as he goes for a Shadow Ball. So I don't really want to switch in my Victini or my Latios. And so I'm going to switch in my Thundurus. And he went for a Giga Drain this time. And here I'm just going to click Hidden Power Ice. I get a crit, and then according to my calcs, that crit mattered. So right off the bat, we're up 6-4, or 6-5, sorry. We're up 6-5. Here he goes on to Ditto, copying my Thundurus. He goes for a Psychic. I know I can eat up anything this Ditto / Thundurus wants to do to me. So here, I'm just going to go for a Toxic, because anything, even if he stayed in, something was going to get poisoned, as long as I land the Toxic. And I landed on the Heracross. And here I'm going to switch on to my Gligar, which can eat up some hits from the Heracross, but he goes for a Knockoff, knocking on my Violite. So now my Gligar's not going to be able to take hits as good now. And here I'm just going to go for a Knockoff, knocking off someone's item. And he goes into the Manaphy, knocking off the leftovers. And here I'm going to switch out into my Thundurus as he goes for an Ice Beam. And that was a good play on his part. I knew he was either going to go for Ice Beam slash he was going to either go for Ice Beam or Surf slash Scold. And the Ice Beam was a good move because Gligar's weak to Ice, Latios weak to Ice, Thunder's weak to Ice. I kind of want to switch in Victini, but I didn't want to switch him in on a Scold or, like I said, slash Surf. And if he would have went for a water move, Vaporeon would have, with the water absorb, would have, ate up the water move. So the Ice Beam was a good play on Storm's part. I switched into my Thundurus, did 73% to me. Here I'm just going to click T-Bolt as he goes on to the Heracross. I click the T-Bolt. I get another crit. He lives on 5%, and then the Toxic takes him out. So that's a kill for Registeel. He goes back into the Ditto, copying my Thundurus. I know I could go into Registeel, eat up anything like he wants to do to me. I thought he was going to go for a Volt Switch there, but he went for a T-Bolt. And here he switches out, and I went for a T-Wave this time, because I thought I went for another Toxic. And on the Exploud, but he's already burned. Here I thought I was going to go for a Boom Burst, but he locks himself into Flamethrower, as I went for a Seismic Toss. So now I know he's locked into Flamethrower, so I'm going to switch in Vaporeon. Just hoping he doesn't pull a switch himself. He goes for a Flamethrower, like I said, eating it up. I get a little bit of leftover recoveries. He takes some burn damage. Here I just go for a wish, if I'm not mistaken, trying to get Vaporeon to a good amount of health again. And Vaporeon's being annoying for him, which is good for me. Here he goes for a Toxic, as I went for a Toxic myself. And I kind of want to pass a wish on to Thundurus. And we both take Toxic damage. So here you see I went for a wish, knowing he's locked into Toxic. Because I was going to try passing that wish to Thundurus, but he goes on to X+, so now I can't pass that wish to Thundurus. And here I just click Protect. As he goes for a Flamethrower. And I get the wish back. I take some Toxic damage. And then he goes for a Flamethrower. Like I said, I'm eating up these Flamethrowers, but the Toxic damage is starting to rack up on me. At this point, I don't want to switch anything in to take a hit. So I'm just going to stay in here with Vaporeon. Like I said, the Toxic damage sucks because it is racking up. He goes for a Flamethrower, like I said, click Protect, and the burn damage will knock him out. That is a kill for Vaporeon. And at this point, we're up 6-3. He goes on to Ditto, copying my Vaporeon. I'm going to switch out into my my Latios. He goes for a Skull, doesn't get a burn. I'm going to click that Mega Evolution button, and I'm going to click T-Bolt. So I click T-Bolt, the 75% to the Ditto, or the Vaporeon. He goes for a Skull, doesn't get a burn. And here I'm just going to click Psychic, just in case he wanted to switch out to the Terrakion. But there was really no point. So I went for Psychic there, knocking out the Ditto. He goes on to Terrakion here. And here I'm going to switch out into my Gligar, trying to see if he's Scarfed. Or I'm trying to scout for the Scarfed. So I switch out my Latios into the Gligar. But he shows the Z move, he's calling in a Crush, so he's not Scarfed. If I would have stayed on there with Latios, a Psychic would have knocked out the Terrakion. And then I could have double T-Bolt the Manaphy and won this game 6-0. But then here he goes for a Stone Edge, knocking out my Gligar. Now I'm going to go for Psychic. It's a critical hit, it didn't matter. And now he goes on to Manaphy. Like I said, double Thunderbolt will knock this thing out. There's one Thunderbolt, he's going to go for a Nice Beam. I know I can live it. And I'm going to go for another Thunderbolt, knocking out this Manaphy. And that is a GG to my good buddy Storm. We pick up a nice 5-0 victory. Like I said, if I would have stayed in there on the Terrakion with my Latios, it could have been a 6-0. But I was scouting for a Scarf Terrakion. And we still picked up this the W. But instead of a 6-0, it's a 5-0. And that is still very good. And now we move to a 4-4 record with a +8 differential. So we're starting to pick up these W's now. And depending on another result, on Destin's result, how he does his Week 8 matchup, if he loses, he'll be 4-4 too. Even if he loses with the 1-0, he'll be with a 4-4 record and a +6. So that would put us at, and we're at 4-4 and a +8 differential. So if Dustin loses, we'll move to the 2nd spot in our division. But if he wins, we'll remain in 3rd spot in our division, which is still a playoff spot. And with us not doing so good this season, like I said, we're still in the playoff spot. And you know, we did good this matchup. Thundurus picked up 1 kill, taking out the Gorgeist. Registeel took out the Heracross. Vaporeon took out the Explode. And Latios MVP, Mega Latios MVP, taking out the Ditto, the Manaphy, and the Terrakion. Victini didn't even get to hit the field, but it's okay because he's the captain. He was just, you know, hanging out in the back. And like I said, you know, GG to my good buddy Storm. And that's about it. And with that, I will catch you guys next time. Later.